Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Love's Life as a Foreign Student podcast, the only podcast that's sharing our life as a foreign student here in the Northern Cyprus. And today we are having a beautiful guest all the way from Dubai. She's a Tunisian, but she's coming from Dubai as where she has been living for over a long time. And here she is telling us her experience here in the Northern Cyprus. Please, welcome to the show, Fatma.
Thank you for having me.
So, how have you been?
Good, yeah. A lot of studies as usual with the exams coming up, but everything else is good.
How has winter been treating you since it's your first winter here?
Oh, I got sick at least 2 times already. Yeah, it's very cold. I was not expecting it to be that cold.
Well, but you've been to Tunisia, and I understand Tunisia has almost same weather as here.
Yeah, but I mostly go to Tunisia in the summer, so I never really experienced the winter there. And
okay.
in Dubai, the lowest
Very
temperature
hot.
is 15 degrees Celsius max.
Anyway, welcome to Cyprus.
Thank you.
So, we just want to know your experience.
Yes.
I understand that coming to Cyprus has always been like, okay, let me go try the Mediterranean life, as we have been talking, and you told me about how you came to Cyprus.
Yes.
To begin with, how did you know about Cyprus?
Through a friend, actually. She used to go to EMU.
Yeah.
And now she graduated, she did her master's. And she was very happy and very satisfied with her education here. And because I've always wanted to do medicine, and I asked her if there are any good medical schools here. She's like, yeah, they're very nice. There's EMU, there's GAU, and other universities. And so while looking, I saw that GAU, they had a scholarship.
Yeah.
The COVID scholarship for first-year medical students. I was like, okay, it's good because in EMU it's very expensive. So I was like, it's a good chance, to get a scholarship and study what I want. And plus, it's only 6 years rather than 7+ years in other countries.
Wow. So a friend recommended you here, and you finally came.
Yes.
The expectations that you had before and after coming here, how is it like now?
Because coming here, I didn't really set expectations. So I came here with only focusing on my education, and then I'm going to study medicine, and that's it. But now that I'm living here, I've actually I've been enjoying it, and I've been enjoying the simple things in life here. And so it's overall pretty good.
Wow. And I like that you have this positive mentality.
Yeah.
And it's always great to at least enjoy the best of what you have.
Yes, of course.
Rather than trying to focus on what you don't have. So what's one thing so far that you thought you could find in Cyprus, since you didn't have any expectations, but at least there is that thing, maybe this is how Cyprus is, and let me go try. What's one thing that was in your mind that probably you didn't find?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
No. I know. I mean, because I was like, okay, North Cyprus, it can't be that bad, but I mean, it's not that McDonald's didn't disappoint. The fact that they don't have McDonald's didn't disappoint me. I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna have some good restaurants, and they do, but it's just not the same as other parts of the world per se.
Okay. Wow. So now you're just enjoying the Turkish food, or Turkish recipes that we have here.
Yes.
What's your favorite?
Oh, I love the. Okay, so I have many. I love the. Oh wait, what's it called again? The tantuni.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. The kella pacha çorbası, very nice. I love it as well. And the döner. I love döner, yeah.
Okay. So, for people who are watching right now, or people who are listening right now to the podcast, Cyprus is one of those countries where we have multiple nationalities. It's very diversified.
Yes.
And I understand that coming from Dubai also, which is the top of diversity,
yes.
Everyone from all over the world is there.
Yeah.
How was your experience like in Dubai before coming here with other nationalities?
Oh, I was honestly very open-minded because also my parents were open-minded. I feel like because they raised me in a way that I thought we were all equal and that I should love everyone as they are and that I should accept some things, even if like some stuff bother me, I shouldn't let that define how I view these people. And also the fact, going to international schools, that helps you meet more people and learn about different cultures. And like through interactions you learn and you start to appreciate it more, and it makes you want to travel and see the world and learn about other new cultures that you may not have heard about before.
So I understand that originally you're from Tunisia.
Yes.
You've gone to Dubai, now you're here. Which other countries have you been to?
Okay, I've been to France when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Then Turkey, obviously. I also went to Japan. It was a school trip to Japan. It was very, very nice.
Wow. So at least you have a wide diversity of cultural interactions.
Yes.
So let's talk about your interaction here in the island.
Okay.
What was your first day in school like?
It was nice because we were mostly all international students in medicine. So it was easier to communicate with my classmates, and even like the teachers also spoke good English, so it was very easy to communicate with the teachers. But overall, it was mostly among us medical students, because if I were to go to other faculties or departments, they were kind of like only know Turkish. So it was kind of hard at first to communicate with other students from other faculties. But then slowly but surely, as we started to go out more and go to different places, we'd meet new people and from other faculties and even other cultures. And so we'd learn more about that.
Wow. So speaking about interaction with the locals,
Yes.
most of them don't speak English, and you hear that a lot, like no English, no English. How has it been to you, like meeting someone and they are like, no English?
Okay, at first I would kind of be like disappointed, and so I would try to gesture with my hands. But now, because I'm starting to learn Turkish, I would try at least, when I would walk up to them, I wouldn't start by speaking English. I would immediately try to speak Turkish, even though I would stutter and everything, but they would like kind of understand where I'm going or what I'm trying to say. So I feel like people here, like they would they like it and appreciate it when people, speak their native language. And honestly, I kind of understand that because, as I said before, you can't really expect the environment to adapt to you. You have to adapt to your environment.
And so far, how have you adapted to the environment?
Oh, very easy, because that's the good thing that I like about Cyprus. Is the fact, it's a Mediterranean climate and like Mediterranean, and also Tunisia is a Mediterranean country and culture. So the cultures are kind of similar, and as in like the traditions and the people's mentalities. So it's kind of relatable. It's okay, like because I have a Cypriot friend, and so she would kind of like guide us around and tell us about places, and we'd always go out with her, and she'd kind of be like the tour guide showing us all the places. And so we, like us as in the international students, we wouldn't really have to worry about interacting with Turkish people or Cypriots that much. But I try my best sometimes to try to communicate with them to kind of improve my Turkish as well, because I feel like I have to learn Turkish, living here especially.
And it's so good that you have someone who at least would guide you, tell you like, this is what, this is that, this is, Tell me about other friends from other nationalities, since you have them in your class. How is your interaction look like?
I mean, it's good, yeah, because we're mostly like focusing on our studies, so our interactions are very minimal. But I have like a few close friends where we hang out a lot and we spend a lot of time together. So we have from Iran, we have Iraq as well, Sudan, Turkey, and Cyprus, and also I think there was a Moroccan student as well. And even now there are new students that came for the spring semester, and from what I've seen, like there are more nationalities as well, which is nice.
It's always nice having people from different cultures. And what have you learned so far about the Turkish culture?
Well, I know like about the whole like the placement, not placement, but like placement of the Turkish Republic. You know, Ataturk. Before that, the Ottoman Empire and all of that. And so, yeah, I have kind of a vague knowledge of the Turkish culture.
For many people coming to Cyprus, many will tell you, we are going to Cyprus, we are going to Europe, we are going to this, we are going to this. They have this. They had this expectation, including me, myself. Most of the time, university does not tell you about the politics that's there. But then you come here, you understand that there are two Cypruses.
Yes.
How was it like to you, especially knowing that, okay, I'm going to Cyprus, and probably you might also have heard that Cyprus is in Europe. And now you're finding like you cannot cross to the other side because there are two different countries, which is one country, but...
Yeah, it's separated into two different sides. Coming here, like I actually knew about the separation because my brother before me, he came here before me. And just as, like you said, he had that expectation, like, oh my God, Cyprus, Europe. And so it was a big shock to him, like, because, you know, he was kind of disappointed in a way. And what kind of like affected him the most is the fact that, oh, I can't go to the Greek side. So it was kind of like triggering in the sense he felt trapped in the north side. But now like he's better, yeah, but it was definitely a big shock to him. But for me, like coming in here, I knew everything that was going on politically, and you know, I knew that okay, I was going to North Cyprus, not the Greek side. So it wasn't that big of a shock.
So finally, your life is going well.
Yes.
Doing whatever that you can for, like studying well, outside life. Okay, you have few friends who you get to mingle with, you get to interact with. For someone who's complaining about Cyprus, what do you think you would have to tell him? Because there are so many foreign students here in the island who would have this mentality of saying, oh, the island is dead probably. The island is not alive as the mentality that we had before coming. And now they're like your brother. They feel trapped. Like they don't have anything to do. What do you have to tell them?
Well, the first thing I would tell them is remember what you're here for. You know, if you came for university, you're here to study. You're not here to do anything, you know, like the other things, the other pleasures in life aren't your main priority. You know, because your main priority coming here is to study and pursue your university, like your degree and everything. And if it gets really bad, you know, you try to, you know, talk to them, like show them actually, like, you know, go to other cities and kind of admire the culture and, you know, see the people there and try to look on the bright side and think that, you know, this place might not actually be that bad and appreciate the little things that this place has to offer.
But do you think Cyprus is dead as what people say? Like no fun, no nothing to do?
It depends on how you see it, because obviously if you think Cyprus is dead, then it will be dead. But if you see it as like, oh, okay, it's a normal place, you know, people, you know, okay, like it's true that there are a lot of retired, there's a big retired population here, but that doesn't suck the fun out of anything. You know, you can find fun anywhere, even if you're in North Cyprus.
So many people that I've been speaking with told me about Cyprus was their last option. Like somebody didn't even expect about coming to Cyprus. Out of nowhere, they just met an agent or they met somebody who recommended to come to Cyprus. Coming to Cyprus, to you, like, was it like what people tell me? Like, it was the last option?
Actually, for me, Cyprus was the first option because my brother, as I said, my brother studies here. And so, like, thinking about it, I was like, you know, it would be a good idea, you know, to study in the same place for the sake of my brother and for our parents, you know, at least to be in the same country. And also, you know, because I'm studying medicine, and I was thinking, you know, at the end of the day, the medical degree is the same everywhere. You just need a license to practice. And plus, here, it's only 6 years, while in other countries, it's 7+ years, as I said. So it was kind of, it met like the criteria that I was looking for. And I don't care, at the end of the day, you know, like, a university degree is a university degree. You know, you can use it and you can work anywhere. And so I was like, you know, as long as I'm comfortable and I'm happy with my life, because that's what I prioritized, you know, like, okay, the location, okay, good climate, you know, that's nice. People, you know, having family members here, it's nice as well. And fewer years. And so early graduation for sure. And so, yeah, that was kind of like the appeal to me.
Wow, and it's always good to look at the brighter side, like you say, brighter side of life, which is the one that will boost you, even seeing other good things that are already there.
Yes,
so far, for someone who's looking forward to come to the island, what would you tell them?
Okay, first thing I would tell them is don't set any expectations. If you're coming here, you know, to pursue your, you know, to do your degree or your master's, that's your main priority. And then whatever comes, because that naturally once you start living here, you know, and start to discover the place and learn about the new places, you start liking it, and then you'd make your own friends, and then like depending on the people you meet, you know, you'd find a new kind of vibe, and you know, you'd go with the flow with things, and then you'd start, you know, life would become more fun.
Oh, and it's always good to see fun,
Yeah,
even where there is no fun.
yeah.
Yeah. So as a medical student, there are so many things that are happening today in the world. There are so many people with different mentality, ideologies. Like you coming from Tunisia, having experience in Dubai, then finally here in the island. I'm very sure that there are so many people that you're seeing, like you said before, like you'd meet people and they tell you about Cyprus and they have negative perspective about the island.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think parents should know before sending their kids here?
I think parents should prioritize their children's happiness first, you know, the place that they're sending them. They have to make sure that their kid is fully satisfied with the place they're picking before the university. Because nowadays, you know, that's sad, because nowadays, you know, as the world is developing, parents only care about the best universities, you know, to provide the best future for their kids, which is not wrong. But then again, if you send your kids to the best universities, but the location isn't as good, you know, they're not going to be happy. And so if, for example, if a parent think that, oh, you know, maybe Cyprus isn't the best place for my kid's sake, then you shouldn't send them.
For your parents,
Yes.
let me ask you, since your parents
yeah.
sent you here, what was the best criteria looking for a place to send you?
Honestly, my parents were very open-minded in that process. They were ready to send me anywhere. You know, they're like, as long as you're happy and, you know, you found what you're looking for. And so when I said Cyprus, my parents were actually very happy because, you know, they were like, yeah, now you and your brother, you're at least in the same country, so that's good for us as well. And also it's good for you too. You know, you get to meet each other and support each other.
Okay. And speaking about Cyprus, still, Cyprus is one of the coolest place. Very peaceful, very slow. How would you rate your experience between Dubai and Cyprus?
Actually, I kind of like Cyprus because I've lived my whole life in Dubai, and as I said, Dubai is it's very developed and very chaotic, and so like it's a lot of movement, a lot of noise, a lot of sounds, and all of that. And I kind of always admired, you know, the peacefulness and the peacefulness and the more natural environment, yeah, and the calmness of Cyprus. And I was like, yeah, you know, that's very nice. It's very relaxing. And as a medical student, I was like, I would definitely need to go there because, you know, with the stress from the work, you'd also want to be in a place that's relaxing and charming.
Since Cyprus, Tunisia, and almost the Arab culture is almost relating to the Mediterranean culture,
yes.
How do you tell people, or how do you let people know about your culture as an Arab from Tunisia?
Oh, I'm very proud to be Tunisian. I would almost mention it whenever I would go because Because I really am proud, and not a lot of people, actually surprisingly, like whenever I would tell people I'm from Tunisia, they'd be like, "What is that?" They wouldn't even know what it is, and so that would kind of like shock me because I would think that honestly Tunisia is kind of like a well-known country. You know, it's literally right next to Algeria. So, but no, it's actually like I like it. I actually like it when people don't know because that gives me the chance to explain it to them and talk about my country and like why I'm proud to be a Tunisian.
Well, myself, I would like to know about Tunisia. So maybe this is the right time for to tell me and many others who are listening right now about Tunisia. Maybe before coming to Tunisia, what should I expect? What should I plan for to go see or do in Tunisia?
Okay, so Tunisia, you know, it's like the climate there is, you know, it's Mediterranean, so we have beautiful beaches and we have everything, mostly, you know, beaches and mountains. And the deserts, also Star Wars was filmed there.
Wow,
you know,
that's a plus.
Yeah. And the people there are very, you know, very nice, very open-minded, and they actually love it whenever like tourists would come because that's why like we're proud of our country, and so whenever people would come there to visit, we feel even more proud. We're like, wow, there are people that actually want to learn about our culture, about our country, about our history, and so that kind of motivates us and it makes us very happy. And also, like what I love the most about Tunisia, my country, is the history. You know, so many different cultures. You know, with the different empires. You know, because we have our native, the native people, and then like we were involved, not involved, but we were part of the Roman Empire, and then the Phoenician Empire, and then afterwards the Ottoman Empire, and then like the beginning of Islam and all of that. So there's a lot of history, and even now there are different kind of, you know, not subcategories, but, you know, Tunisians, but that originate from different
ethnicities.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's great to know because I always knew like Tunisia. When you tell me about Tunisia, I have many friends, Tunisian friends, and they've been telling me about the history, but I didn't know like the way you mentioned it, empire till Islam came by. But okay, that's a plus to me today.
Yeah.
Like I get, every time I get to interact with someone, I get to talk to someone, I always look for the addition of whatever knowledge that I had or whatever information that I had before. And now you just told me about that. I'm a fan of food. I love food.
Yeah.
So most of the Tunisians friends that I have tell me about Tunisian cuisines.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Oh, everything. Because I love my mom's cooking and she likes to make Tunisian dishes. Like I like our couscous. And our couscous,
that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to tell you couscous.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Our couscous, the Tunisian couscous, is different from the Moroccan or the Algerian. Because we use a red sauce, so it's kind of spicier. And we make it using fish. And then when Algerians and Moroccans look at it, they're like, you can't mix couscous with fish. Because they make it with either meat or chicken. But we can also make it with meat fish. Or chicken or lamb, yeah. And fish, additionally.
Wow. So having that experience from your mom, you love her cookings.
Yeah.
Do you ever get time to cook for your friends here?
No, I can't. I barely have time to cook for myself. And that's what I'm missing. Like, I really miss my mom's cooking.
How often do you communicate with your family?
Oh, every day. Every single day, yeah.
On what range?
I mean, over the phone, and we would always like talk, and I would tell them about my day. You know, as soon as I wake up, you know, the good morning call, about to leave for university, then when I come back home, and before I go to bed.
Recently, there have been so many reports of foreign students taking their lives. Not in Cyprus alone, but all over the world.
Yes, yes.
And it's kind of hurts me to see that some families, not all families, tend to ignore their children whenever they send them away, let's say to universities abroad. As parents, since you're here, what would you like to tell them about whatever challenges that their students or their children are facing?
I feel, honestly, that is very sad because if you know, because parents don't send their kids abroad on a whim. They have to know their kids, and if they really know their kids, then they know that they can handle being alone and abroad in a foreign country. But if they can't handle it, then they should just keep them by their sides. And it's very sad to hear that a lot of parents tend to ignore their kids, because I feel like, a lot of parents have that mentality in where, oh, since my son or my daughter is in university now, they're an adult, they're
They
legal.
can handle themselves.
Yeah, they can deal with themselves. We're not responsible anymore. They have to deal with everything like we used to. And I feel like it's always that, it's like a cycle, a vicious cycle, because their parents used to do that to them. So now they're doing it to their own kids. And then maybe their kids are going to do that like to the next generation. And that's not good, and it needs to change.
Speaking about change,
Yes.
you have been in Cyprus for a few months.
Yes.
What do you think should be changed to at least amplify or to at least make your experience here better?
Actually, not much, because, like, I'm a type of person who always tends to see the bright side of things, and I would naturally just like adapt and accept kind of like what's in front of me. But maybe like more more locations in which there are more English speakers, especially for foreign students who are maybe new and they don't know the place and they're kind of scared. So yeah, I feel like there needs to be kind of like not guides, but more people, and people here especially should kind of not make their kids, but people who should learn also English in order to help foreign students and foreigners.
Speaking about your experience with other nationalities here, like, do you think people should have supportive groups or unions from their countries?
Yes, of course. Because when you're abroad all alone, you tend to feel homesick. And especially if you're going to another country in which the culture differs completely from your own culture, you'd feel like you'd feel distant. You wouldn't feel close to home, and you'd be very uncomfortable. And that's what, we talked about it, like suicide and everything. The more it accumulates, you'd feel hopeless. You feel like there's no one there to understand you. Yeah. So I feel like it's very important also to stay close to your culture, because a lot of people here, like, because of racism and all that stuff, people tend to feel ashamed of their culture or where they come from, and they're not proud of their countries. But that should not, like, even though sometimes like there are bad stuff that's happening in your country, you should always wear your flag with pride.
Be a flag bearer for your country.
Yes, definitely. And also you should be proud of your origins and where you came from, because that's what makes you you. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you different from other people. And you should embrace it and teach other people about it, because of course, when people see something for the first time, they tend to decline it, and because they don't know it and they might be scared of it. But you always need to show them the better side of things, and make them, teach them, even though they might not like it. But as long as they're aware of that situation, I feel like everything will get better.
Wow. That has been a very great 30 minutes talk, and I am very grateful that you came today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
And for people who are listening to us right now, probably they might be asking themselves about how the conversation is, or where do we get all these podcasts. I just want to remind them, like, we have our YouTube channel, we have different platforms where we upload our talks or our conversations in our podcasts, Life as a Foreign Student podcast. And please, kindly, for those who are listening to us, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, HASSANDAREY Hassan the Ray, on all platforms, Anchor, Spotify, SoundCloud. There are so many platforms that we are in, and for these and many more other podcasts, please just make sure that you turn that notification bell on, so that you can always be listening to our newly uploaded podcasts. So to just finish, Fatma,
Yes.
since we have had a very great talk, what's the last thing that you'd like to tell people who are listening to us right now?
Don't worry, be happy.
Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah.
Wow. And this is how we are finishing, guys. HASSANDAREY Hassan the Ray. I've been with Fatma today, and it has been a very great talk all the way from Tunisia. Dubai, all the way to the northern Cyprus. This is how we are finishing, guys. Don't worry.
Be happy.
Wow.
Yeah. Subscribe.